3, 4.
Just John has to come in, I think, right?
With John and what else are we waiting for?
Jennifer.
Oh, Jen. Yeah, Jen won't be here tonight.
Oh, okay.
She's under the weather.
Hi, everyone. I'm here. I'm just trying to settle in the chair. I'm here.
Hi, Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
Hello, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, good evening.
So what do we think of the new Cuomo guidelines for traveling out of state? If you stay more than 24 hours, then get a COVID test before you come home, and then a COVID test when you get home, and then wait 3 days. Oh my God. I don't know. You think it's going to get better, and it just seems to get sillier.
Do you want me to message John?
Yeah. We'll give a couple seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, we don't see the people that are on YouTube. We don't see them, right?
No.
And
No.
the numbers, we only see the people on Zoom.
Yep. Here he is. Yeah, the regular meetings, the webinars, so they're watching in YouTube. When it's a webinar, they're actually in Zoom with us, but we can't see them. But they have to watch through Zoom or YouTube when we're in a regular meeting.
All right. Well, let's call the meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to
Allegiance
the
to the
flag
flag
of the
of the United States of America
and
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for which
that
it stands,
stands,
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty
indivisible,
and justice
with
for all.
liberty and justice for all.
we'll see what the wording is for that after the election results come in. That'll be interesting. All right. So we're going to start tonight with an update on where we are, because in the consent agenda, I'm sure you guys all saw that there's a lot of approving of appointments and stipends and those things. So wanted to make sure we had a sort of an overview of where we are on critical hiring. So Cheryl, do you want to take us through that?
Yep.
The files, but for the board members, files is online.
Yep, it's on the agenda. So there was 19 positions requested. We had 4 teaching assistants requested, 2 for middle school, 2 for high school. All of those have been filled. 1 for the high school was filled with a teacher aide position, but Eric assured me that would be okay. And then for monitors, we had 11 positions requested, and we still have 5 that are open. So 6 were filled, and the middle school needs 2 and the high school needs 3. Typist monitors, it was 2 requested, 1 for Elm, 1 for Alden. Those are both open, and those are positions that we have to canvass through Dutchess County, and there were 33 people on the list. I canvassed all of them. 24 have declined, and there's 9 that left and they have not responded yet. So that's not looking very good. But we can hire off the list once I get all the responses back.
So
We
Elm
had-
and Alden look good.
Elm and Alden are good.
Got 1 open, just the typist monitor in each
Yep.
place. Middle school in, let's see, 0. I only got 2 open in the middle school and 3 open in the high school.
Yeah.
So how are we situated to actually open up? I mean, did we double up somebody?
Yeah, we've been having, oh, sorry, more hands, everybody's hands on deck. Everybody's been helping out, from nurses, administration, just everybody who we can pull to help fill the holes while we continue our search and interview process.
So how long do you think we can sort of continue like this?
I think we can continue for the next few weeks. I mean, we don't know what guidance will bring, and we all don't know if there will be an uptick. And that would impact our classes, our students, and our teachers and staff who we need on site. Right
Okay.
now, I feel like we're stable. We definitely would like to have these people on board,
Okay.
but we're managing.
All right. Any other questions from board members? All right. Next on the agenda is just how are the first 2 days of school? Sort of stats and general.
First, I just want to say thank you to Cheryl and the principals. Finding 12 positions took a lot of time, energy, of phone calls, interviews, figuring out placement. That was a huge, huge accomplishment. And I hope everybody knows that we're in competition with unemployment and a number of other jobs that are available to people. So thank you for all of your hard work. A couple of stats. Number one, we've had 2 really good days. Successful, ironing out some kinks, but it was really nice to see all of the work that we've been working on over the past few weeks and months come to fruition and see it live so that we were able to sort of adjust and tweak along the way. So at Elm, we had grades K and 1 this week. We had 75 students in the blue cohort, and the blue cohort is the AA cohort, and that's Monday and Tuesday. And we had 74 students that will be coming on Thursday and Friday. That's the gray cohort. We have 15 Blazers, and they're the students that come every day, and they'll be here on Wednesday without the rest of the blue and the gray cohorts. And we have 35 students fully remote in Elm. And screener day number 1 at Elm, 100%. So bravo to the parents, getting the links and getting it done. We appreciate your cooperation. And then just on 2, there was just one screener that wasn't completed because they didn't get to receive the link. So the parents were contacted and all as well. So well done, Mike and team. At Alden, we had grade 3 only. There were 24 students in the blue cohort. Again, that's AA, Monday, Tuesday, and 22 students in the gray cohort, and they'll be coming on Thursday and Friday. We have 10 Blazers that come every day of the week, and we have 37 students that are fully remote. And on screeners day number 1, 100% for Alden. And screeners day number 2, 4 arrived incomplete, but parents were called and all was well. Students went to class on time. So bravo Alden, bravo Tom and team. Middle school, we had 6th grade only, and we had 75 students in the blue cohort, 81 students in the gray cohort. We have 24 Blazers. Again, those are the students that come every day, and we have 76 fully remote. Screeners day number 1, 3 calls were made. 1 was completed while the child was in transit, because that's how that team is working. They're calling parents while kids are on their way in the bus. They're done. There's not a delay for that student to get to home base on time. And screener day number 2, 4 calls were made. And 1 mom dropped off her sons before completing the screener. Temps were taken. Mom completed screener. Kids were back in home base on time. So bravo to Steve and his team. And then at high school, 122 students, 9th graders and 12th graders came for the blue cohort this Monday and Tuesday, and we're expecting 121 students in the gray cohort. We have 13 Blazers, and we have 77 remote learners. And on the screeners day number 1, we had 25 not completed upon arrival. That's okay. There was a little confusion with the website screener and just stuff, But day 2, 2 not completed. So bravo, bravo. We caught some parents on the outside before they dropped their kids off. And so we're slowly training and teaching and showing patience and supporting our families in this process as well. So again, bravo to all 4 schools, all principals and your teams. You did a great job. Thank you. And of course, Caroline, Brian, Elliot, Mike Ragusa, and Holly, we were all out there trying to help and guide and learn to and observe to see what things need to be changed or adjusted for easement. Let's see. So overall, we have 225 students who are fully remote. We have 296 students in the blue cohort, that's Monday, Tuesday. We have 298 students in the gray, that's Thursday, Friday, and we have 62 blazers, and they come every day. So just a couple of things that while we were observing and in it and living it, I saw while walking the hallways, as we all did, teachers spending time touring our students, showing them around, carefully teaching expectations, protocols, procedures, how many students can be in the classroom, the roundabouts that we have in the hallway, hand hygiene in and out of classrooms, social distancing, wearing masks, all of that stuff. It was nice to see sort of the care and patience that our teachers and staff had for our students. The buildings were decorated by staff, welcoming students back. We missed you, welcome back. Lights in the around windows and posters. So it was really nice and exciting for us. It was just as exciting for us to see the students as it was for the students to be back with us. All PPE has been distributed to classrooms and staff, along with hand sanitizers and cleaning products. Buildings are clean, they're organized, there's clear signage everywhere so that everybody knows what they need to do to keep safe and healthy, self as well as our colleagues and peers and friends. We've been talking about having subs come in earlier so that they're able to get their technology, get set up for in-person and remote learning. So that's in our conversation as we're refining some of our practices and thoughts. We're also refining transportation routes and arrival to maximize instructional times in the AM. We're trying to get everybody in their class, homeroom, home base, on time. And so things are just taking a little longer because we're just kind of working it out. We continue to meet weekly with our nurses, just assessing where we are, what we need to do, what's going well, are things that we need to change or adjust. We continue to work closely with the MTA in solving problems and addressing concerns collaboratively. And we'll be in full hybrid next week and the week after. And then we look forward to having those 3 remote days so that we as an administrative team, MTA, transportation, food services and facilities can just sort of do a deep dive and really assess how we did our first few weeks and what are some things that we need to adjust, tweak in preparation for coming back that time after Thanksgiving. A couple of things that we're working on, BOCES, we missed a pickup, our BOCES, and it was a new driver. So they sent another bus late to pick those students up. It's a little glitch. And another glitch is the EduForm. That's the screening tool that we're using. Right now, the individualized links are only going to the primary custodian. So we're figuring out how we can expand that because we know our families they're all different kinds of families. And so we want to make sure that family members are getting the link so that they can do a proper screening of their child in the morning. And just a big thank you to the families, food services, admin, transportation, teachers, staff, the board, parents, and community members. Getting our hybrid up and running was truly a team effort. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of thinking. Everything is complex and complicated, but I think we're in a really good place. And I'm excited to see how the rest of our hybrid rolls out.
Very good. I've had a few parents, I'll say, sort of a couple of email me and some just sort of walk up and go, hey. And I believe they're the younger kids. I always feel like a little guilty going, and who are you? So I just listened, but I'm almost sure they were Elm and Alden kids, or maybe all Elm. And there was a lot of, they were so happy to see their friends, and yeah, they were seeing them on Zoom, but it was much better, face to face or mask to mask, I guess you would say. The only thing that I heard consistently was confusion over the food services. Kids came in and thinking they could just get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a cheese, like the, you know, they always have yogurt stuff, yogurt lunch, or I don't know, she said something with yogurt. And they couldn't get any of that. They basically were given, you know, here's your bag. And the stuff that was in the bag, like I guess it was tacos today, and the meat was cold, and there was no utensils, there was no plate, there was even the roll wasn't cut, or maybe that was Monday. There was a roll and it wasn't cut, and there was no knives to cut them. Of course, you don't want, you know, kindergartners out whipping knives around, but I think there's a couple of things. I think we need to like really step up our communications on the food services stuff, because, you know, parents can't be sending their kid, like I would do it tomorrow, because you know, the kids coming in Thursday and Friday won't have any experience, and they're going to get in thinking, oh, I'll just order a grilled cheese or a peanut butter and jelly, and they can't. But other than that, I mean, like I said, the only negative I heard was basically that they didn't know what was happening with food services. They didn't really, you know, they probably, if they had known that the only choice was that bag of stuff, they probably would have sent lunch with their kids. So we might want to, you know, really get on it tomorrow and let the parents, let them all know, of course, but especially the parents that are coming in Thursday and Friday. I don't know if anybody else, you know, had their ear to the ground. I was kind of disappointed. I drove around Elm. I said, oh, I'll see all the kids, and nobody's out, of course, but you know.
Hey, Perry, I heard the same thing about the lunches, especially for the high school, that the kids said that the food was ice cold. You know, it was taco meat and it was cold. I don't know if there's any way that maybe they can get warmed up next time, and that there wasn't much substance to it. You know, these kids are in high school. I know my son eats a tremendous amount, and in the bag it was just a few items. It didn't seem like there was much in it. I mean, other than that, I mean, that's the feedback that I heard.
Yep.
And my hope too is that families should reach out to us. I mean, we're the direct line, and we can help, and we can look into it, and we can if there's change that needs to happen, it happens quicker if it's a direct line to us. You know, so we just, please give us a call, email us, text us.
Some of this was just today, so I didn't want to,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, and having lived in this village basically my entire life, except for the dark ages when I was in school, you know, I think people just sort of go, oh, there he is. And
Yeah, you're accessible.
yeah. Anyway, I don't know if anybody else wanted to make any comments. John?
Yeah, was there a parent information night? I think there was, I didn't see anything. I saw heard the verbal thing, and I saw the written thing, but I thought we were supposed to have a night for folks to ask questions and stuff prior to opening. Did that happen?
So we did have that at the elementary level. It was just by grade level, you know, not to cause confusion or competition. And then quite honestly, not to overwhelm everybody, because as you said, we were sending out newsletters from the building. But, you know, if I just have someone in Miss Bob's class and then Mr. Zumadowski's class, I just need to know about their special schedule and what's happening, what that looks like. So that was handled on a more grade level. And then, you know, here's my hour tonight as Miss Stafford. This is when I'm going to meet you all. So that was the approach that they took. But
I can speak for the middle school. Is Mr. Cabell had sent out numerous emails with videos of walkthroughs and everything else. He's had a couple parent nights and kid nights to kind of talk to him. So I'm sure the same thing happened in Alden in the high school. But
Okay, thank you.
One other comment, Laura, and I know I did it in an email, but I wanted to do it on this call. That note from the nurses was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was very specific. it was well organized. It was well researched. I can't say enough about the job that they did getting that information, sort of making sure everybody had it in their face that, you know, these are not just normal times. Here's the things. Here's the way it happens. It was really, really good. My compliments to the whole team.
I agree.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Perry, I want to echo you too with the nurses. I thought that was very detailed and, you know, what expectations and everything else, really just well done. So I thank them, especially after all the questions I asked last meeting. So kudos to them. Thank you.
I agree with Paul and Perry again as well. That was a great note by the nurses. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? All right. We'll move to the consent agenda, which is, you know, I may have set a record for the longest consent agenda ever. Do I have a motion? Oh, sorry. Before you say anything, is there anything anyone wants pulled off of the consent agenda? Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion on any of the aspects of it? Now, I know we can't go into like the who and stuff, but the stipend for the LPN stipend, that's basically to provide one-to-one care for a short period of time.
Perry, hang on a second. Can somebody mute their line because there's a TV or something in the background? It's really loud. Okay, thanks.
That's actually not for a short period of time. That's for a student with a 504 plan.
Okay. Okay. Increase the work day. Okay. All right. No, but it's for I didn't mean like a short period, meaning like it would only go through the end of November. I meant it's only for like an hour a day, right?
No, it's actually for 2 days a week at this point because that child's only in school for 2 days a week.
Okay.
And it also covers the student's bus run both to and from school.
Okay. So, but it increases their time on those days from 6.5 to 7.25 or something.
Well, that's correct, approximately, because we're not really sure how long that bus run will take exactly.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All right. Do all in favor? Aye. Anybody else?
Aye.
Gotta unmute it.
Oh, well, I'll go at it the other way. Any against? Okay. All right. BOCES spotlight, you know, just what's happening at BOCES, you know, there for your entertainment. Review it when you will, if you will. All right. Next is consideration for an executive session, discuss history of particular employees and matters that imperil public safety if disclosed. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? All right. All right. So just why don't you give us an hour, Laura and the board? Cheryl? The hell is that?
Cheryl, you quiet.
Did you hear me, Cheryl?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
creating your breakout room.
Okay. Oops, maybe I should be. There it is.
Ignore the breakout room one for everybody else, please.